Welcome back to Cooking with the Genie, where you will discover the magic art of cooking as easy as one, two, three. You wish it, and I will help you dish it. I'm your host, Jeannie, and today it is all about potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams, and white russet potatoes. Next, we will be doing our candy yams. And this is a yam, and this is a sweet potato. We talked about it earlier, and I know that we've crossed it up over the years, but it's okay. They still taste delicious. And so, I have the yam here in front of me, and we're going to candy the yams. These are some beautiful yams. It's getting ready to be Thanksgiving here soon, and we'll be making sweet potato pies and candied yams and baked yams. And so now we have this all cleaned up pretty good, and we're gonna just go over and give it a good little rinse, and then we're gonna clean up this cutting board, and we're going to chop it up and get it ready to be candied. Okay, so we have our cutting board, and then I placed a towel underneath my cutting board so that it wouldn't slip, and as I was, chopping up my potatoes. And so it's really easy to do. You just kind of want to have a good knife, and then you kind of want to go into it like that. And then forward. I'm not an expert, just been in the kitchen a little while. And so we do it just like that. Then we're going to take these and we're going to go like that. And just throw those over there. Take this, go like that. Sometimes you can even go like this if you like. Got a couple little babies in the house, and little children, get a little smaller bites there. Now, like I said, some people chop them like this, maybe a little bit thinner, and then they'll stick them in place them in a shallow cooking pan, and then they finish them off in the oven. But what we're going to do today is that we're going to finish them off in the stove, on top of the stove. My little cooking range that I have here, it just makes it really easy when I'm demonstrating how to do things for my peeps. So here we go. So we're going to cut that end off a little bit there, place it down like that, and then just throw those in there, and now voila. And I added some water into the skillet. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of different ways that you can prepare your candied yams, but we're going to cook them on our stove top. And so we're just going to go ahead and add our potatoes here in. Just place them in your pot. We at home, and I want this to be as easy as possible. We're home cooking for our families. We're loving them, thinking about making them all healthy and wonderful. Now, the next part may not be too healthy for some people, but this is how you candy yams, with sugar, and this is what we're going to do. There's different types of sugar. You can use maple syrup, you can use molasses a little bit maybe, and then you can use brown sugar and white sugar, and that's what I'm going to use right today. And you can just improvise, change it up, switch it up according to your health needs, or you can eat them without all the sugar because they have a little sugar in them. So it's up to you. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how to make this, and then you can add to it or take away. Okay, you'll have the basic steps. So now that we have our potatoes in here, they're going to start to boil a little bit. I'm going to add just a little bit more water. My husband makes delicious yams, but he would always put too much water, like fill it up to the top, and I don't want you to do that. I just want you to leave it just about like this, where you cover the pan. I had a cup of water, and so I used almost all of it, all the way down to 1/4. So probably about 3/4 of water in a skillet this size, and I used about 3 nice sized potatoes. Okay, and so now what we're going to do is go ahead and add some sugar. Now let's see how I'm going to do this here. We're going to add some white sugar. Ooh. And then we're going to add a cup of brown sugar and a 1/2 cup of white sugar. We're going to kind of spread this all out like this. Now, as I have said, or maybe I have not said to you all, but a lot of times when you're doing Southern cooking and maybe different other types of cooking too, or just a home cook, a lot of times you don't measure out. You just basically go by how it feels and by eye. And a lot of us was taught to do it that way. So this is how I'm going to do it for camera, on the camera, but I am going to put the recipe when you subscribe and you look down and you click that little button there, you'll be able to have the full recipe of how to make these delicious candied yams. Okay, so and then you'll be able to back this up and just replay it and get how I'm doing it here. And so now it's starting to boil a little bit and we're going over it. So we're going to add some nutmeg. It's probably going to be about a teaspoon of nutmeg, but in this it's going to be a couple of shakes, just like that. Just shake it like you're putting some salt on it, just like that. Okay, all right. And then the good thing about this, you can kind of taste it to see if it's where you want it to be. As they start cooking, you can add in more nutmeg. Nutmeg is pretty strong, so you don't want to do a whole lot of it unless you're just a lover of nutmeg. And then we're adding our cinnamon now. So in this case, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. A couple of shakes, about 20 shakes. And so it's kind of like that. Then we are going to add our vanilla. And I just wanted you to see how that's done. That's about 2 tablespoons or more. I like vanilla. You can use vanilla bean if you like, or whatever you wish. And then we're going to take a little lemon, and I am just going to squeeze this lemon over the top. And you say, why are you doing that? Because I want that bright orange to remain. I want it to be a nice glycerine orange. So I'm going to take kind of like a 1/2 lemon and just put that over there. And then, yes, Lord, we're going to put some butter. We're not using margarine. Butter is okay. You just use it sparingly if need be, or if it's the holidays and you really want to show off your cooking and you want that buttery taste, you're just going to use a whole stick of butter in this case. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of chop it up right here, put that butter in there. Oh, this is going to be delicious. Just go ahead and put that butter in there. Yeah, I feel a little guilty because I have my health friends and they get on me about cooking like this. But there's nothing wrong with butter. I'd rather eat butter than margarine. But that means that I have to get up and work a little bit harder. Do a couple of push-ups and walk a little bit when I eat like this. But really, guys, there's nothing wrong with food like this. Just eat it in smaller portions and then maybe put a little bit of exercise. Our forefathers and my parents lived way to their 90s and they ate this type of food. They didn't eat it every day, but on Sundays they would have yams and greens and meatloaf or fried chicken and lard like you've seen in my other episode. But it wasn't every day, and they did do a really good work out through the week. So have what you like. Have your ethnic food. Just, you know, proportionate. Don't eat too much of it. So this is going to cook down like that. And you just kind of let it cook. And it's going to start boiling and everything. And the juices and the water is going to start coming out of the potatoes. And so it's going to get a little bit more juice in there. You can put a lid on it if you like. Or you can just leave it like this. Let it cook slow. Let it cook slow. And we'll be turning that down in a few minutes. And that's it. It is going to be delicious. And so we're going to let this go ahead and do its magic and cook down and turn into like a little candied syrup over here. And yum, yum. So we've plated everything. This is our yams, and they have been candied. And I added, it was about 3 or 4 potatoes. And then we added 3/4 cups of water. And then we put our warm seasonings, which was cinnamon, nutmeg, and brown sugar and butter, vanilla extract, and a fresh lemon squeeze to keep the color really pretty and orange. Doesn't this look like autumn? It's so pretty, just ready for Thanksgiving. And it tastes really delicious. We're gonna give, I know it tastes good. I hope you think it tastes good once you try it. If you like my video and you like all about potatoes, then just go ahead and click below, like the video please, and then click below and subscribe to our channel, and that will let you know when our next video is coming up. Thank you so much for joining Cooking with the Genie. Have a great day, and please enjoy the recipes and let me know how you enjoy them. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.